Hello, Robert Banther with Ariba.
Hi, Kristen McNally.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Chris, first of all, I just want to say thank you for having me in this morning and being available to have a brief discussion. And I know you have a hard stop, so is 15 minutes still okay today?
Yep, that'd be great.
Okay, great. Well, Kristen, as I mentioned previously, I am the account executive based here in Atlanta, tasked with building a relationship with you and with the sports store. And as you know, last week I had a conversation with your AP team, and basically what they did is they provided me the structure of the AP department, mentioned some barriers that they're having with, with realizing business objectives that you have. And so, given that information, what I thought we would do today is to maybe discuss what it is that the information I took away from the meeting, with your team, and also provide you with examples of ways that Ariba can help, assist you, realize better cash within your organization and just optimize some business objectives that you have. Sound okay?
That sounds good.
Okay, great. Well, what we'll do first is just to have a little bit of structure to our time today is map out your AP department or your processes. And first we have receipt and capture. And then we have exception and approvals. Then we have discounts. And finally we have payment and settlement. Just from a high-level perspective, does that seem fairly accurate as to how your AP process flows?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, great. Well, when I spoke with your team last week, they mentioned to me that they are currently managing 1.2 million invoices annually. And at the moment, 70% of those invoices, these invoices come in via EDI. Now, obviously, that's electronic, but it's not optimal. What that actually means for you is you're receiving invoices in fast, but you're not receiving them, as we say, in Ariba, smart enough. And what I mean by that is on the front end, there's no validation of the invoices, whether or not they're accurate, they're on contract, or they're compliant. So I just want to give you that little background. And then the remaining 30% is a mixture of faxes, email, and just paper-based coming into your organization. Does that sound about right?
Yep.
Okay, great. Well, as I was talking about EDI, and you have remaining of your invoices are all manual, the ultimate goal for your organization should be to move to a smart invoice solution. Now, Ariba comes in and can help in this area, smart invoicing. And basically what smart invoicing is, as I indicated previously, is making sure invoices are coming in electronically and fast, but also validated on the front end, and then just allow your team, since it's an automated process, allows your team to do more value-add things in your organization besides just tracking down invoices and reconciling and what have you. So, at the moment, your company, Sports Store, is at 60% touchless. So, mostly via EDI, touchless processing, where you guys consider touchless.
Okay.
And Ariba can get you to the 90th percentile. And just to provide you with some perspective, a customer of ours, Chevron, they are currently at the 90th percentile as well. I think they're like 92%. But even better than Chevron, you have Caterpillar. I'm sorry, my handwriting is awful.
It's okay.
And Caterpillar is at 98%. 98% touchless. Now just think about that for a second. For your organization, from receipt to settlement,
Mhm.
if you were at 98% touchless, what would that mean for you?
Be a big change.
That it would.
Mhm.
So, if we're going to move into the exception and approval section, you currently do have a workflow,
Mhm.
but the workflow it's kind of cumbersome, it's clunky, it's a little bit of a burden from what your AV department was telling me. The good thing is with your workflow, you do have structure, and for Ariba, it is more advantageous for you, and it's a little bit easier if you're trying to make improvements anywhere in your AP process that you do have a workflow. Basically, what Ariba is to provide you an example. You guys are a high definition TV, and we're just the cable line going into your TV. So we provide you the technology, you have the structure, but at least you have something in place. Unlike some organizations, before you can even begin to start realizing some benefits and trying to address other areas, they have to build up their workflow, but you have that, so that's a good starting point. Now, all that Ariba wants to do is we want to improve your workflow,
Mhm.
and we do that via a 2 to 3-way match. And basically, a 2 to 3-way match that's aligning invoices with a PO with a contract. So just validating via contract and PO. We have the reporting capabilities, easy to use user interface, and better visibility. Provide you better visibility. And better price compliance. Now, as far as discounts, I know that your team doesn't really manage discounts in process. Just know that as far as discounts, what we do is we work with your, we're working with your procurement team for some solutions that will help automate this process to allow discounts to be realized on your end. Okay. And then on the payment settlement, I know your team is currently managing a lot of inquiries. You guys have stalled checks, and cycle times are long, and what Ariba does is we can help facilitate this process via better automation within your AP department. And given a little bit more time, we can go into more detail about that.
Mhm.
I do know that backing up a little bit on the exception approval, non-POs are a concern for your organization, or actually it's a hindrance to your AP team, but its root cause for you is not necessarily an issue. But also just know that with via better automation through your procurement department, we can improve this process as well. So we're working with your counterpart over procurement to resolve the PO side of it.
Okay.
So one thing just on the AP side, I know that there's oftentimes concern about, okay, so all this is, okay, these are my issues, and I want to resolve a particular aspect of it, whether it's receipt capture side or it's the payment or discounts. And then oftentimes AP executives like yourself think, okay, well, the word on the street about Ariba is that we have to buy the whole suite. The good thing is that Ariba, that we are modular, and you can, wherever is more advantageous for you, what's a top concern for you to address, whether it's the workflow, 2 to 3-way match, it's more the e-invoicing, smart invoicing side that you want to capture, or you want to realize, we can address those first, and we're very scalable. And and just as you go, if there's areas that you want to improve, and we can move that along with you instead of having just to buy the whole suite of Ariba solutions. So just keep that in mind. Now, the last thing I want to leave you with is the value of Ariba. And so what's the value to your organization? What's the value of Ariba to your organization? Probably the biggest thing is we have significant cost takeout. And we allow, or the reduction of costs typically in an AP department, again, from receipt to settlement, is anywhere between 50 and 70%. That's pretty substantial. And where that is done is via, smarter, invoicing. So, getting rid of all the manual paper, faxes, emails, and all the other manual requisitioning processes that take place. Better discounts, improved workflow, better visibility, price compliance within your department, and then the payment settlement side of it, just automating that side and making it more user-friendly and automated for your team. And I know that we're coming up on a hard stop, but just so far what I've mentioned, do you have any questions? Or is it pretty clear, how I've mapped out your department and talked about smart invoicing as being an area of concern for your department? What, a goal that you have to try to move your department into?
Yeah, I guess as far as, because price compliance is a real big one for us too, specifically, with suppliers and whatnot. And so if we automate all of this via your cloud or whatever, how does that affect my suppliers? Do they have to all, compared to EDI, how do we do business with them if they're still, Joe's shop somewhere, then they send their invoices via fax?
Well, if you have a customer that still uses fax or remains to use fax, or they say, look, I don't care about automation. This is what we've been doing all along, so here we are. We do have a team, actually do have a solution that allows you to your customers still send in faxes, and what they do is it's a center that actually takes faxes, takes paper, whatever, and will scan it with a scanning solution and allow this to be loaded into our network, which I didn't mention it because of time, but Ariba is a portal, where you're currently here as a buyer, your customers, your suppliers, and partners. Basically, if you have a partner on the outside, maybe just an ad hoc document, what have you, and he sends in a fax or whatever, it's still manual, we'll take that document and we'll load it into the network so that you as the buyer, you'll still have visibility and real-time analytics and better reporting, and also be able to realize the same price compliance as you have with any of your automated vendors.
Okay, great.
With what you've seen so far, are you intrigued enough to at least maybe take an aspect of this and focus on a particular area that maybe where we can help you and maybe see if there's some synergies and help better your business operations right now?
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Okay, well, great. Well, what I would like to do is I'll check with your secretary and see if you have availability next week or in 2 weeks. Maybe I can bring in my solutions consultant and we can provide a brief demo for you to let you see exactly what our solution entails, what it looks like, just kind of kick the tires some, and then show you some details into similar AP processes with customers and how we're able to realize some of their business objectives by working with them.
Okay, that sounds good.
Great. Well, thank you for your time, Kristen.
Yes, thank you for
meeting
showing
me.
up.